Hi and welcome to episode number 23 of this latest Spire tutorial series. In this episode we are going to implement the status effect system. In the end we will have working armor. Let's go! First we have to go into our component view script and add a few things. We need a reference to our status effects UI and also a dictionary that will hold the stack count for each status effect type. Then we will have two new methods. The add status effect method, which will allow us to add a stack amount to a status effect type and will also update the status effects UI with this new amount. And also a remove status effect method, which will remove a stack amount if we have the status effect type, and will also remove the type if there are no more stacks. We also update the UI here, but we actually want a helper method which will get the stacks for a type. This will be also needed for later in other scripts. We can also replace the UI update in the add status effects method. Next, we will need a new game action, the add status effect game action. It will hold the type, the stack count, and a list of targets. For our game actions, we as always also need a performer. In this case, we create a new system for this, the status effect system. The status effect system will have the add status effect performer. Inside the performer, we go through each target and add the status effect to the target. You can add some general animation here for a game action if you want. We also attach and detach the performer as always. To be able to have add status effect game action as effect on our cards, we need a new effect. The add status effect effect. Yeah, I know, the name is not the best, but let's still go with it. In the effect, we will have a type and a stack count. Those two things will be the options that we will see on our card when we add the effect to the data. We also have to override the getGameAction method. It should return a new add status effect game action. We also want to add a new target mode to our project, which will allow us to target our hero. We call it Hero Target Mode, and it will just return our hero. Now let's create a new card data in Unity. Let's call it Armor Up. It will add 5 armor to the hero. For the image, I have made a new card image. You can find it in the description if you want to use it. We can add it to the project and change the type to sprite and the mode to singer. We now can select it in our armor up card data. Then we select the new target mode, Hero Target Mode, and the Add Status Effect effect. It should give armor with a stack amount of 5. In our hero data, we can add the new card to the deck. Before we can test it, we need a status effect system in a scene. And also in our hero view and enemy view, we have to set the reference for the status effects UI. In play mode, you can now see that when you use the card, we get 5 armor. Nice. But the armor does nothing at the moment. Let's change that. In the combatant view script, we have to change the damage method a bit. First, we will need a value that will keep track of the remaining damage. Then we also need the current armor. If we have armor stacks and we have more or equal armor stacks than damage amount, we remove the whole damage from the armor stacks and set the remaining damage to 0. Otherwise, if we have less armor than the damage amount we want to deal, we remove the whole armor and subtract the armor amount from the remaining damage. Then we check if the remaining damage is higher than 0. And we then perform the logic that we had previously here in the damage method. Here we only change the damage amount to the remaining damage. Back in Unity, we can now test it in play mode. And see there, it works. Perfect. In the next episode, we will implement a burn status effect. I hope you have enjoyed the episode. I would really appreciate a like and a sub. Thank you for watching and see you next time.